Hello and welcome to this liftoff FPV drone session. I've been out doing a bit of the old paparazzi photography today with my camera, photographing the Borussia Dortmund team coming back from Bologna, and I figured rather than me going out in the dark doing low light photography, which I've done already, or nighttime photography, I would do a little bit of FPV flying on the simulator here, using liftoff on my Mac Mini M2 Pro, and just to show you which skills you need to be able to fly around the likes of a stadium. Seems appropriate that I was out photographing Borussia Dortmund, that we fly around some form of football stadium as well. In the beginning, when I first started flying around this, as in 6 months ago or a year ago, whatever, this was next to impossible for me to do with this exact drone, and now you can see that with lots of practice and lots of time and lots of patience, I can quite happily fly around this stadium, moving backwards and forwards, going through the different areas and turning around when required without hitting anything, and turning around once again, just spontaneously doing things, and then going up the escalators and then going through and turning around. It just is all about practice. If you're starting out with FPV drone flying and you get a bit irritated because you're crashing all the time, welcome to FPV drone flying. That is how it begins, and that is where this is the first level of drone flying, is learning how to minimize the amount of crashes that you do. So you should expect to crash, and it's all about how many seconds you can fly or what distance you can fly without crashing. Now, straight lines are all well and good. Everyone can fly straight lines, which you should be able to learn how to do in the beginning. But it's all about the turning, and the turning quickly and being confident to turn when required, and then being able to stop the drone as well. Now, stop the drone doesn't mean you slam the brakes on. Stop the drone can mean that you just turn around, or you just go backwards slightly, a little bit like that, to basically remove all momentum in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is what you've got to learn, and take your thumb, your left thumb off the throttle, and obviously remove the throttle from the drone and let it fall for a second, then put it back on again, just to remove any momentum basically that it's got in that specific direction. Okay, because it's all well and good, you can change direction, but if you've got any form of velocity in a specific direction, it will keep going on and on and on until gravity kicks in and takes it to the ground. So patience is what I'm saying, practice is what I'm saying, and hard work and time. And once you can get those moves down, you can start flying around, and you can start practicing flying under things, and then do that again, fly under things, and then go backwards through it as well if you feel that you need to be able to do types of stuff like that. But going backwards through stuff is good practice to show that you can actually control the drone going through, and then you can zip through it as well all the time. And just try and just don't try and concentrate too much on the hole. Just look at the hole and go, I want to go through that, and then just go through it, right? But if you start thinking, I'm going to crash, don't care. It's a simulator. It doesn't cost any money to crash. It costs money to crash real drones, and you don't want to crash real drones because it's not fun, because you have to go and collect it. And with simulator, just press the button and it restarts again. Okay, so let's come up the top here and fly through this, and we'll turn already. See, I'm already anticipating the turn. I turn before the turn is there, so I get the drone facing in the right direction, and then when I'm ready to basically just pitch forward to change the direction of flight, that's when I do it. So if you watch here, I will fly through this hole, and I know I'm going to turn left, and at one point I'll just start turning left. I did it a bit more explicitly that time. So we're going to go left into wherever I know where the turning is. Where is it? Through this one maybe? Where are you? 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 There's one there. Okay, so we're here. We want to start going left now and turn, take the power off, and then just go through. And we go through to the other side, and we'll go under this as well, and we'll go right. See? There we go. And we'll come back round again, and we'll go over the top of this and come back down and come round. and it's just pure practice, right? And don't be scared of crashing. And if I crash, I'm going to crash on this. Oh, there you go. See, we're just going to start it again, just to know that you start off in the same place every single time. And we come up here, you can start doing some flipping around. What's really important to understand, is understanding where the drone, which direction is up all the time. All right, it might sound silly, but the more happy you are with whatever direction the drone is facing, you always know how to level it. And this is the trick, is knowing how to level the drone all the time. So actively thinking, okay, I was facing right that time, and I can level the drone at any one time wherever I go. Okay, no matter what I do, I can level the drone out. And this, your fingers will get used to it, because your eyes will communicate with your fingers and say, oh, I need to level the drone, I need to level the drone out. And you can tap the floor, it's no problem, but just level the drone out all the time. Always know where the horizon is. And when you go up, think, okay, where is the horizon? Come down, and then be able to just pull it up and spin round. So this is, it might sound silly, but knowing where the horizon is, knowing how to level the drone up, and especially when you come through holes, you can come through holes backwards like that, you see, and then just spin around and go backwards, and then go up and over through the other exit, and or the entrance, should we say, and whoops, hit the wall there, but it's all right, I don't care. It's the whole point of practice. And now we're going to fly around the stairs. We've got one of the propellers is broken right now, but it's always good fun to try and fly the drone with some broke propellers as well, because you never know, you might have to fly the drone back to a safe position if you crashed it and you can't actually get to it. So it's well worth being able to fly with it being a bit wonky or stuff like that. And flying around in circles, whoops, see, there we go, let's start again. This is FPV drone flying. It is, as I said in the beginning, it's all about patience, fun, and time. And the more and more you do it, the easier and easier it gets. And what I think is quite funny, actually, is that I do maybe like an hour on the simulator on one day, and then I will not do any simulator flying for a period of time, and my drone flying just automatically got better. It's like the longer I don't fly the drone, the better and better I get, because that information has been embedded into my brain, or my motor function, or whatever it is, into my fingers a lot better. Whereas if I just come back quick and do it, yes, it's more practice, but my fingers and my brain and my eyes that communicate with each other, they haven't quite organized it yet. So it's like the neurons in my head, just they've properly been connected, and different regions of my brain know to talk to the other regions of my brain when I'm going around in circles or whatever, and I've got to drop down. They know how to communicate with each other to make sure that drone is doing what my eyes are seeing and what my brain wants. So just come through here. You see how I'm not braking now. I'm literally just rolling. I'm rolling like that to position the drone up, to pull off the throttle, and then spin it round. Because remember, you're in is just like where your eyes are. This is you're in right now, and you just pitch down to bring the nose down. So you're always staying kind of level. Let's see there. I'm just using the roll all the time, and I'm using the pitch all the time and the yaw all the time, just to keep myself as level as possible. I'm not saying level, because it's not really totally possible to keep yourself perfectly level all the time. It needs to be as level as possible. And remember, we're not flying DJI drones here. The whole point of this is that, well, you might be flying a DJI drone, okay? You might be flying an Avata 2 on Avata, or in Neo on manual mode, etc., etc. So, the whole point is you're flying a drone in FPV manual mode, and level. It doesn't really make any sense. You want that tilted view all the time. You want to see. It shouldn't look real. It should look like a bird flying. It should look like a plane flying. You know what I mean? You need that look. But when you're going to do orbits around things, that's where you want to keep it as flat as possible, because you're looking at the subject rather than, let's just try and, like, this is the kind of orbit here. We're trying to keep it as flat as possible and going round, okay? But then you can do like a swooping down motion like this, and you can then swoop round here like that, and then you could just come up maybe and then swoop round and come, use gravity, and then do it again. So the whole point is you keep it nice and smooth as you're going round, and then every now and again you can just change directions and you can start it again. But we want long moving shots, basically. That's what you want. You want nice fluid motions, I think is what we want to say. Your fingers, once you're in position, keep them in position. Try and count in your head and think, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's turn out of it, right? And remember, if you are going to use your footage for a video, and you want, say, 5 seconds of footage, you need about 8 seconds of footage. You want like the going in and then the going out. So let's try and do an example of this. So let's try and go around the edge of this. So let's count 1, 2, 3, in shot 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm happy, and let's go out the shot, right? So there you would have some form of, you know, you don't, it's boring if you start showing like a shot going on for like 50 seconds or something. About 8-9 seconds per shot is interesting. So that's why I try and do like a few seconds in one direction and say, oh, that's really good, and then just change direction, change something, have a little bit of motion blur in it, come down, change levels, crash a little bit if required, and come up again, because that's what makes it interesting. If you're seeing all the same thing, it doesn't get interesting. So you want to change the direction, but don't do these snapping shots. You can do whatever shots you like. Obviously, don't crash into things. You can do whatever types of shots you like, but you've got to think that people's concentration starts to go away if they're seeing the same type of thing all the time. Start trying to fly backwards, fly through some holes, and fly sideways at some time, go backwards like this, come up and over, or back down again. I'm just making stuff up as I go along, just to try and give you as many examples as possible and put yourself under stress. You know, I'm not the best at flying the drone, to be honest with you, whilst talking. I prefer doing it when not talking, and I get into like this zone. And my wife always says, as soon as I'm in like this zone, my breathing completely changes and I don't realise it, and then I just start flying, and then the time is just gone from me. I'm just there. I don't know how long it goes on for. I have some music on, and yeah, it could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour. I'm just flying it, but I'm trying to keep the time in focus here right now for the length of the video, obviously, because I don't want it to be too long. With that said, let's start wrapping this up now. If you do like this content and you are interested in learning how to fly an FPV drone, and maybe you're new to it and you're thinking, oh, should I go and buy the drone first, or should I do the simulator first? What should I do, David? And right, simulator first. If you've got yourself a half decent computer, all right, then download yourself Steam. It's free, and then you're going to need to purchase some of the simulator applications, games, simulators, and they're going to cost you around about 20 units of your money. I paid, I think, like 20 euros for it. Get that installed. You will need a controller, okay? And we are not talking about PlayStation, Xbox, game console controllers at all. Okay, don't bother even thinking about it and saying, oh, I just use it to start. It's not a start. You're actually going to make yourself worse by doing that, all right? Get yourself a proper FPV controller. You can get one from Beta FPV, costs you around about 60 euros or something like that. And it wants to be with the left stick, wants to be non-spring loaded. The right one wants to be spring loaded, etc., etc. I have the DJI remote controller free because I got it, well, I bought it for my Avata 2. Basically, it doesn't come with the Avata 2, but I bought it for my Avata 2. It cost me 150 euros, well worth the price. I also bought a set of new sticks for them because I lost the sticks. Don't know how, I don't know why. I never lose things, but recently, getting older, I start losing things. Yeah, so that's something that I would advise you to do. Now, drone flying is an expensive hobby, all right, and you need to know if you're going to start building them yourself, there's a lot of electronics and stuff that you need to learn. You need to learn about battery cells, you need to learn about resistors and soldering and so on. I've learned all this stuff, but I prefer just buying drones that are pre-built already and flying them, because it's all about the flying the drones. I am not a nerd. I am a software developer, but I am not a nerd. I like doing cool stuff. I like being around cool people, but I am not a nerd, and I don't want to be sat there all day and all night soldering stuff and testing to see whether I can make a motor gut turn when I can spend my hard-earned money on some Chinese piece of equipment that flies straight outside of the box, and I can enjoy my time with my wife outside flying the drone and doing other things with it. So, and if it doesn't work, I send it back. With that said, yeah, if you do like this type of content, then don't forget to like, subscribe, share. If you've got any questions, feedback or concerns, let's start a conversation in the comment section down below. Yeah, if you've got any criticisms to this one video, constructive criticisms will be treated very well. If you've got any negative criticisms, stand by, because I can also answer back, and I will answer back truthfully. But I always take on everyone's points very, very well. Just if you want to troll videos, expect to be trolled back. Alright, but most people don't do that type of stuff anyway. I'm just warning the trolls out there that prepare to be trolled back. With that said, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for listening or watching the video all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. That's why I make these videos, so hopefully you can enjoy them. If you want to see some of my photos, come and check me out on Instagram. My name is David Thorn, surprisingly enough, on Instagram. It's without an E, so it's David Thorn, Thorn without an E. And you can come and check out all the photos I've done recently with my drones and with my cameras and stuff like that. And yeah, otherwise I will see you in the next video that maybe might be suggested to you right now. Thanks very much for watching. Ciao ciao, and let's just give it a good final bye bye. Ciao ciao, bye bye.